This is our podcast on intelligence testing, controversies in intelligence testing by John Crowley, Jack Brosnan, Martin Stack and PJ Scully. My name is John and I will be starting off with what is intelligence. Intelligence has been defined in many different ways, such as in terms of one's capacity for logic, abstract thought, understanding, self-awareness, communication, learning, emotional knowledge, memory, planning and problem solving. Intelligence is also a construct that includes problem solving and spatial abilities. Merriam-Webster defined intelligence as the ability to learn or understand or to deal with new or trying situations. It was also defined as the capacity for learning, reasoning, understanding and similar forms of mental activity, aptitude in grasping truths, relationships, etc. In 2006, Allwords Dictionary defined intelligence as the ability to use memory, knowledge, experience, understanding, reasoning, imagination and judgment in order to solve problems and adapt to new situations. M.S. Anderson in the MS Encarta Online Encyclopedia defined intelligence as that facet of mind underlying our capacity to think, to solve novel problems, to reason and have knowledge of the world.
Alfred Binet was a French psychologist who, along with Theodore Simon, invented the first practical intelligence test, the Binet-Simon scale. Their opinion on intelligence is shown on the quote on the slide. The term IQ, or intelligence quotient, generally describes a score in a test that rates the subject's cognitive ability as compared to the general population. Siegler stated that Binet and Simon, in creating the scale, comprised a variety of tests they thought were representative of the typical children's ability at various ages. The purpose of this scale of normal functioning was to compare children's mental abilities relative to those of their normal peers. Controversies within the IQ test. A problem with the IQ test is what we do with the results. People are far too prone to take test scores at face value without looking at a broader selection of information about a person's abilities. They are also too likely to generalise to non-intelligence issues. We should certainly not use intelligence tests carelessly when deciding children's education or adults' careers. Another problem linked to the IQ test is the use of them. There was an experiment by Rosenhall in which school teachers were casually told at the beginning of the school year that certain students were spurters, that according to some tests designed to measure spurting, that they would blossom in the coming year. No such test had been given. These kids not only did well academically, but actually increased their IQ scores. Clearly we should take children as individuals and give them whatever education they can handle. Finally, a problem relating to scores from IQ tests are as follows. The score necessary to be in the top range of a particular age group varies depending on age. The scoring system had no meaning for adults. For example, a 50-year-old man who scores like a 30-year-old can't be accurately said to have low intelligence. Siegler stated that Binet stressed that intellectual development progressed at variable rates, could be impacted by the environment and was therefore not based solely on genetics, was malleable rather than fixed and could only be used in children with comparable backgrounds. Given Binet's stance that intelligence testing was subject to variability and was not generalizable, it is important to look at the metamorphosis that mental testing took on as it made its way to the US. The references used are included in this slide.
Charles Spearman broke intelligence testing into two types: general intelligence, G-factor, and multiple intelligence. What is general intelligence? His theory of general intelligence factor and multiple intelligence to account for these intelligence factors, showing that all aspects of human intelligence are controlled by G. G is used to refer to the general intelligence factor underlying performance, which can be extracted statistically from scores on a range of ability tests. General intelligence refers to the existence of a general intelligence that influences performance and mental ability measures. This G factor was responsible for overall performance and mental ability tests. Those who hold this view believe that intelligence can be measured and expressed by a single number, such as an IQ test. The idea is that this underlying general intelligence influences performance on all cognitive tasks. Spearman discovered that people who score high in IQ or mental ability tests usually score higher on other tests, and people that score lower generally score lower in tests. Pros and cons. Pros: some skills actually have a correlation, and the cons: human abilities are too diverse to be summed up in one G factor. My references are included on this slide.
Gardner's intelligence testing. This method of evaluating a person's intelligence is not based on pen and paper, but rather skills and talents. As evaluated by Howard Gardner in 1991, identifies 7 original distinct intelligence created theories, documents the extent to which students possess different kinds of minds and therefore learn to remember, perform, and understand in different ways. Gardner's intelligence learning criteria. Different minds learn different, and different people are smart in different ways. Gardner's characterization of intelligence. Gardner argues intelligence is categorized into three primary or overarching categories, those of which are formulated by the abilities. According to Gardner's, intelligence is the ability to create an effective product or offer a service that is valued in a culture, a set of skills that makes it possible for a person to solve a problem in life, and the potential for finding or creating solutions from problems, which involves gathering new knowledge. Emotional intelligence, measurement versus assessment. Gardner says that intelligence is best measured through the measurement of assessing criteria by giving a person a task to do, e.g. perform, make, engage, create, to create that product. People demonstrate their intelligence through the process of their different intelligence skills applications, e.g. some with high spatial skills will be good map reading and figuring out things through maps, diagrams, drawings. Musical people make light task of the rhythm learned through videos and songs.
From Bennett's theory, it is evident that you could make several arguments for and against the IQ test, helping us understand that there are a lot of controversies within intelligence testing. Spearman. The G factor is construct, developed, investigation of cognitive abilities. It is a variable that summarizes positive correlations among different cognitive tests reflecting the fact that an individual's performance at one type of cognitive task tends to be comparable to his or her performance at other kinds of cognitive tasks. Gardner. Advantages. Creates a level playing field as a person's intelligence is measured on completion of tasks, is not completely reliant on a mathematical or language skill. Persons feel they have intelligence that is their own strength and can do things their way to achieve something using